Following the Easter Passover break, members were back in St. Paul for a week full of lengthy floor sessions. It took 11 hours, but on Tuesday, the House passed the Omnibus E12 finance proposal. House File 2400, sponsored by Representative Jim Dabney, includes roughly $900 million in new investments and an array of policy provisions.
Every Minnesota child deserves a world-class education. That's my kid. That's your kid. The kid next door, the kid across town, the kid across the state, the kid who looks like mine, and the kid who doesn't, the kid I know, and the kid I'll probably never meet. But they all deserve access to world-class education.
Though the bill received the okay, opponents of the proposal shared why they disagreed.
Now, make no mistake, the bill that's before you today is financed by tax increases. That is how this bill is before you today, financed by tax increases.
You're widening the gap between what Minneapolis and St. Paul schools get and the suburbs and outstate get. This is never going to fly in the Senate.
The Conference Committee on House File 14 met once again on Tuesday, and similar to the last meeting, Senate conferees failed to appear to continue work on an agreement on the state's HAVA funding. Those in attendance heard testimony from Noah Prates, an election official from Illinois, who spoke about voter registration data breach issues.
There are highly capable adversaries who are interested in disrupting the elections institution. And considering that, we all must redouble our efforts to protect elections.
Without Senate conferees, an agreement on how the $6.5 million earmarked for election security gets distributed is still to be determined. After over 12 hours of debate, the House approved House File 2208, the Omnibus Jobs and Economic Development, Energy and Climate, and Telecommunications Policy and Finance Bill on Wednesday by a 74-59 vote. It contains a potpourri of provisions, including significant investments in broadband support, paid family medical leave, earned sick and safe time, and wage theft provisions.
This bill makes Minnesotans' lives better. Minnesotans expect us to vote to make their life better, and that's what I came here to do, and I hope you did too.
With this bill, we're telling Minnesotans, and specifically our youngest ones, that we want them to have the same kind of promising future that our parents and grandparents gave to us. That's a very good thing.
Republicans disagreed with portions of the bill and let their feelings be known on the floor.
Vote no on this bill. I'm asking you to think about that, not only for yourselves, for your children, your grandchildren, and all of the people you're acquainted with, your constituents. It's going to drive up their cost. It's going to make things less reliable.
I had hoped to vote for a strong jobs bill, and as I said, Chairman Mahoney, there's some things in here I do agree with. But this is not a bill I can vote for today.
On Wednesday, DFL leaders spoke to the media on the Omnibus Health and Human Services bill, saying that their roughly $15 billion proposal will expand health coverage for all Minnesotans.
When we went out and ran for the legislature in the 2018 election, Minnesotans were really clear with us. They value affordable and accessible health care for themselves and their families. They were not asking us to put forward an austerity budget that cuts accessibility to health care and makes health care more out of reach for them. So we responded to what Minnesotans asked for. And we have put a Minnesota Values budget forward that works to ensure that every Minnesotan has that access to affordable health care.
Republicans countered with their own press conference in which they criticized the DFL proposal.
We are concerned, to say the least, about this bill. Unfortunately, at a time when Minnesota has a $1 billion budget surplus, Democrats are breaking their campaign promises, and this bill will raise health care costs for every Minnesotan. It will cut funding for care for our seniors in nursing homes, and it will fail to address the rampant fraud in child care and other public programs.
The floor debate on House File 2414 took place Thursday and lasted roughly 9 hours. The 1,100-page bill was passed on a 74-55 vote.
Health. If you have it, you take it for granted. If you don't have it, nothing affects you more. House File 2414 is a great bill. It's a bill that will touch every Minnesotan. It will make health care more accessible and affordable, and it will give Minnesotans a better opportunity to be healthy and productive.
The omnibus tax proposal also received approval on Thursday. Compared to the lengthy debates on the floor this week, the discussion on the tax proposal was quick. It took about 2 hours to debate and eventually approve House File 2125. Representative Paul Marquardt, the bill sponsor, said the bill provides the investments that improve people's lives.
We took a real focus in this bill, and we went all out for our families and our senior citizens and our farmers and our small businesses. We have a great state. We have a great people in the state. We all want that here. And I truly believe that this bill, this tax bill, will make a great state, the great state of Minnesota, even better.
Representative Greg Davids, Republican lead on the Taxes Committee, shared his thoughts on the proposal.
To raise taxes $3 billion to get $600 million in relief, well, you know, I was first in my class, but it was quite a small class, and that's not a very good deal. So with that being said, $600 million in cuts, $3 billion in increases just in this bill, as Leader New said, it's $12 billion in increases overall. That's a lot.
House File 2125 now moves to the Senate. For more nonpartisan coverage on the Minnesota House of Representatives, check out our Session Daily coverage on the House website at www.house.mn/sessiondaily.